It's funny
definitely interesting stuff.
just observing how people train in the gym. When I look at groups, the bodybuilders are the ones that train most like idiots. I like it's funny because like you see power lifters, they have a very specific style of training. Like they we have some world-class powerlifters in my gym. I mean, they're programmed out. They know what their training block is looking like. They know what percentage of their lifts are doing this week. They have, it is very specific for their goal at the meet. And the same thing with the Olympic guys. You watch the Olympic guys. They have very specific training for their sport. And then bodybuilders are just doing whatever the fuck.
Right.
Like it just like some of them are training like powerlifters, some of them are doing Olympic lifts. I mean, some of them are training like CrossFit. They're just all over the fucking place.
Yeah, got to have the plan. Actually, no, I'm looking forward to. I know we were talking before we started recording here, but yeah, I know Justin and I and a couple of us. I know John Rivas is not too far from you, so it'll be nice at some point here to make our rounds and try to get out to your gym with you. That'd be really cool. So it'd be great to. I don't know how much Justin will lift with us, but it'll be good to get in the mix.
You'll be disappointed when you see me lift. I have a really cool gym though. It's the gym where I'm at here in the DC area. It's there's tons of pro bodybuilders and pro powerlifters. A guy that works out here occasionally just set the world record on a raw deadlift. Nice. At like 1,080, something like that. He's just a kid too. He's like 24.
Wow. Well, that's why we bring John Rivas with us, because Justin and I we're not doing anything impressive anymore. So bring Danny or John, and we'll be fine.
Danny probably lifts more than me.
Oh yeah. Oh no, she was at Elite FTS, and I saw a clip, and you could just see Justin was doing warm-up sets with her. Then he all of a sudden sits down the rest of it, and I'm like, yeah. He's like, no, I think I'm good. And I'm like, yeah, she's repping 405 on deadlifts, and I'm like, it's pretty solid, man. But no, I know we're getting closer to time here, but one thing I did want to ask you about, because I talked to David, Danny, Justin, and John, and we all busted your chops without you knowing about your cheat meals. So we said they're not dirty enough. So no, I am curious. So what is your approach with your clients for cheat meals? I know yours are definitely on the cleaner side of a cheat generally, from what I've seen on Instagram from you. But what do you usually do with your clients? Is it related to where their starting point is, or what are your parameters? Like, how do you approach that?
Well, my cheat meals haven't been too clean lately.
Okay, all right, that makes us feel better.
I usually I'll just do some hamburger helper with some fattier hamburger in it or something like that. I'm so lazy. Lately I've been getting double Whoppers. That's been my go-to. I don't get the fries though. I just get a plain double Whopper. So I guess it's not that bad, right?
Well, now it's out there on the internet now, man. Everyone's gonna be like, oh.
I don't know. I've been on a double Whopper kick lately, man. That's been my cheat meal. With my clients, I program in a cheat meal, and I just tell them don't go ape shit with it. There's a dirty cheat, and then there's a cleanish cheat, something like. I tell them to stay away from shit like pizza and desserts, and if you go out and hammer a whole pizza and eat a dozen donuts, that's not productive. Having a steak and a potato, or having a hamburger and French fries, or some sushi or something like that is what I would consider a productive cheat. So something with a base of meat in it with some carbohydrates, maybe a little extra fat. I mean, that's kind of what I tell people to do for cheat meals. That's typically what I do. I mean, my go-to last year was Texas Roadhouse. I have it right next to my house. I would just go there and get a steak and a potato.
There you go. Yeah, no, it's something that there was a little bit early on, and I know when I prepped was a little bit like the taste bud, but then it just turned into, well, I'm trying to fill out. So what is the thing that I could eat the most of, So I just try to keep very low fat on my cheat meal, but just more higher carbohydrate, or a 50-50 as far as a sugary or carb, and just try to fill out, because I knew the next week I was just, as I progressed, I knew I'm going to get blown out. I'm going to be flat as hell come, Wednesday or Thursday. And my cheat and my leg day was on Saturdays, was my high day usually. So yeah, I tweaked it.
I'll be honest, Justin is a goddamn genius, because at the end of the high day, I'm not even that hungry, man. Half the time I don't even want the fucking cheat meal. I'm so full.
Yep.
After hammering down 1,000 grams of carbs, the last thing I want to do is go eat more.
Well, what does your current rotation look like right now? Because you're in the off season. You said you're pretty lean. You're in 270s. Like what does the week look like for you now?
I think he's got me on 1,000 grams of carbs on my high day right now. 600 on my medium, and 360 on my low day for carbs, and we're doing 3 high days a week right now.
Okay.
Uh,
Yeah. So you're still pushing. Yeah.
yeah,
And how
I've been
long's
having
that
trouble.
looking?
I've been having trouble gaining weight. I don't know what the deal is. It just doesn't want to come on. I've been stuck. So I
And
don't know.
do you know what do you have anything in mind as far as how much longer the off season is going to be for you and when you start kind of working towards prep?
Well, I was going to do Masters Nationals in July, but I don't know that I'm going to do it now because my daughter made this travel volleyball team, and I'm going to be fucking traveling like every weekend
Okay.
from January until July. So I don't know how feasible it is to do contest prep when I'm on the road all the fucking time.
Yeah.
So volleyball comes first. I may do what is it, the NPC Nationals that just happened last week. I think that's right, isn't it? Nationals. I don't
Yeah.
know. I can't keep all these shows
Is
straight,
it
but
North Americans maybe, or is that
maybe it is North Americans. But the guys at my gym produce shows, and I think they produce that one. So
okay?
I may do, and I've never done a late show, so I may do that. I'm going to do a national show next, whatever
Yeah.
happens.
Yeah. And you were what, like low 230s, 235, 233, something like that, or
I
mid
was
230s maybe?
237 on stage
Oh,
last
I
year.
stand corrected. High 230s. So yeah, is that kind of the goal? Probably cracking into the 250s this time around.
Yeah, Justin wanted me to get closer to 250 to be, and probably to be on the national stage. Even in the master's class, that's probably where I need to be. I would imagine at my, because I'm just a hair under 6'2".
Yeah.
I would,
No, good
I
deal.
would, I would imagine that's where I need to be. There, some of the masters guys are pretty crazy.
Yeah. Yeah. No, it's big. It's big, but yeah, no, I mean, you're knocking on the door of that. So you're, like you said, you're pretty lean. You're in the, 270s, like upper 270s. So it's definitely
Health
feasible.
withstanding. We'll see. As long as my health holds up.
Yeah. Well, as we kind of wind down here, wanted to just so one of the things we try to capture in any of our episodes is just any quick tips for people that are out there. So wondering, like the first one, if you what is something maybe you would say to a client or someone who's just trying to get started, trying to get motivated. If you think back to like when you first started going back to the gym again, maybe what older guy or girl who's just trying to make another run at it a little later in life, like what would be some of your advice there?
I mean, the biggest thing I tell young guys, and it seems to be like when they transform, is to learn how to eat. I mean, that more than even the lifting, like the diet to me seems to be the most important part. Everybody gets hung up on PEDs, everybody gets hung up on training, and none of it works if you don't have the diet buttoned up. But I would say focusing on learning how to eat like a bodybuilder is the single biggest thing. The kid I showed you earlier, or the one that you were, Jason, that's the only thing we changed was his diet.
Yeah.
That's it. That's it. And he's natural,
Yeah.
and that's got him eating like a bodybuilder, and he's 18 years old, and that's what happened. So that's the biggest thing I can say for a young person: learn how to eat. When it comes to the lifting, focus on getting your form buttoned up. I see so many people that lift like assholes. I know Justin's not big on form. I can tell from the way he lifts. It's pretty ugly.
Trust me, man. I used to get pissed because like he had these big round shoulders, and being a taller guy, like I always wanted to build up my rear delts and the roundness, and he would just like do this. And I'm like, what? No, like what are you doing? That's not, and so
There's some people that get big despite of it, man.
I know.
I mean, if you got the diet buttoned up, honestly, I don't know the training. There is some importance to training. I'd say the big reason why I say you get your form tight is because if you want to last,
Right.
you can get away with stuff. The guys that lift with shit form always end up getting hurt later down the road, and it's just not sustainable once you get past a certain point. You can't lift like that in your 50s.
Well, not to mention, like for me, like when I was squatting, I mentioned my lower back before. It really hindered my like either my leg growth or my back growth because of my on my leg day, if I was using too much back, then it was so blown out by the time I tried to do some back thickness type movements, I just couldn't recruit it. It was just fried, so it's just,
Yeah.
to your point, like good form technique. And some of it starts with mobility. Like, what are you doing the right warm-ups? Are you assessing, which muscles are more dominant than others to kind of loosen them up and things like that. But yeah, what about when a client gets stuck? If they're not progressing or they cheated, a little too much or whatever the case is, they're kind of in that self-shaming mindset. How are you the type of coach to pull them out of it, or is it just kind of how do you approach that if that ever
It's
comes
funny.
up?
I just did a video I posted on Monday on the bodybuilding mindset, how to the proper mindset. You just got to get back in the saddle. This
Right.
is what I tell people. You got to stay medium and not get too high, not get too low. Don't get too worked up about shit. If you everybody fucks up.
Right.
Just get back in the saddle and keep going. I think a lot of people get that fuck it mentality where if they mess up, they're just like, I'm off the wagon now. Let's just eat a whole fucking thing of donuts and pizza and just fuck it. I'm not doing the diet anymore. Just if you fuck up a meal, just get back on track on the next meal. I mean, It's really just that simple. Same thing. If you miss a workout, just go to the gym tomorrow.
Yep, go the next day. But it's a great advice because, it doesn't mean Friday night you screwed up, so then all of a sudden I'll do it again Monday. Like, this isn't a 3-day just slide here. Like, it's one reload, get back at it. So
I get it. I see it all the time. I have people that have the off fucking mentality. I have a guy like, I screwed up Thursday and then I was off the wagon all weekend. I'm like, dude, come on, man, you can't do that.
I know it's frustrating. Well, I don't know about you, but as far as me, when I was coaching, I would just copy and paste what they were supposed to do the last 2 weeks. Because I'm like, I don't know what to have you do because I don't know.
Yeah, that's what I tell them. I can't. If you don't comply with the diet, I can't make any changes. So you're the more accurate you are with your measurement and with the diet, the more food you get to eat. Otherwise, I'm not gonna give you more food.
Right. Yeah, no, it's interesting, but well, good stuff. Anything else kind of on the horizon? Any fun content out there? You have it planned? I know a lot of people really follow you and look for. You always have really engaging stuff. Anything kind of on the horizon for you that you're looking to cover or excited about? Or
I'll be honest, man, I just pull it out of my ass week to week.
Well, it's working, right?
I don't know. Whatever. I just try to be me, and people seem to like me for some reason. I do my. One thing I think that it surprises me how people find this interesting, but I try to keep at least every other week I'll post a off-season vlog up where I go through my diet, my training, my PEDs, my supplements, all that stuff. I put that up usually on Saturdays. I'll put it up on my channel, and people find that interesting for whatever reason. I think it's pretty boring, but I think people like to see some insight on how the process works. So that seems to keep people interested. And then usually during the week I'll put something topical up, whatever's going on in the bodybuilding world. And then I try to do something informational usually every week. It's sort of my rotation, like either something about a chemical compound or training or diet. So that's sort of my rotation.
Well, selfishly, I want you to crack open that book now, so I can, you can save me a few pages of reading, and I can just listen to you talk about it. So,
Dr. Mike, he did an entire dissertation on the whole fucking book on his YouTube channel. He's got a playlist where he goes through each chapter, chapter by chapter. It's so good. He's if you don't follow him, follow Dr. Mike is real tall. He's the best.
No, I'll definitely be doing that. But
and he's funny.
I was gonna ask you. This is I know this is the 1D channel here, so we try not to plug our stuff. But how is some of the new? Did you try recently the WTF? How's that working out for you?
Well, that's what I'm buzzing on right now, man. That's why I'm talking so much. I'll be honest with you. I usually don't use pre-workouts. I'm not a big pre-work because I work out late. Yeah, and I can't go to sleep. But actually the stem part of it it's not too overstimulating, but I got really, really good pumps out of it the other night when I used it. Whatever you guys put in it for the pump agents are really good.
Yeah, I think what I felt, and it could be a combination. The citrulline and the sodium. I seem to feel that a little bit more because before I was with these products. You know, I would just use a little bit different, but I'm with you. Like, I don't like stim, but and who knows, maybe we make a non-stim in the future, but that L-theanine in there, I love L-theanine. I use it for sleep, but that seems to really help me at least stay more like focused and more like even. I don't get that jittery and kind of like, you know,
Yeah, I didn't get
anxious feeling.
jittery. Yeah, I think focus would be a good description. And of course, I use the Intra. I've been using that for a while, and then Justin told me I wiped him out with the QRF. I've been telling everybody about QRF. I'm sorry about that, but
yeah, no, we got another batch in product and in process, so it'll be about a month out.
No joke, man. It's insane. I came out of contest prep after running halo testing, and my my liver, or my ALT and AST, were both like in the low 30s.
Yeah, no, I mean, it's like you said, you kind of posted about it, and we've been seeing some different people comment and, you know, tag us on some of the results and stuff. So it's all good. But I did want to pull this up really quick before we let you go here. So I know you're been super busy with coaching, so you might hate me for this, but Paul does have a pretty, just for those of you out there, not only is his YouTube channel awesome, his Instagram's great. Definitely be sure to follow him. But this has been, you know, growing since I've known you. So he's got, obviously you can see some of his transformation here, and that's not Photoshop. That is Big Paul.
And that's not even this year. That's last year. I was bigger this year.
Yeah, no, yeah, you're gonna have to update the images soon. But you can kind of go through and check out all his information here, and then a lot of really great content. So, and you have a membership now, right? Is that what you have set up, or is that in the works?
I'm working on it.
Okay.
If I ever get time to work on it, but yeah, I'm going to put some pre-canned programs together, like a bulk program and a cutting program, just to kind of, you know, for people who don't want to do coaching. But I do coaching and consultation calls, so if people want to just kind of have me go through their diet and protocol and training, you know, like if they don't want to do a full coaching thing, they can do that. Yeah. And I have my training. Anybody that's interested in my training program, I have it on the website for free. You can download it. It's under the free stuff.
Oh, nice. Yeah. Was that, is that under the coaching section, or?
No, it's just where you were. Go back, and it's there. If you go slide down, free stuff.
Ah, there you go. Free stuff. I might have to hit this up after. Oh, cool. That's awesome. I didn't know that was on there. So you got some ebooks and stuff, and good deal.
Yeah, I put a PED selection chart, so you know what each one of them kind of at a high level, what they do, what the risk ratio is on them. And I have I went through the DC training. I kind of outlined my experience with DC training for people that are interested in DC training.
Nice.
I do have a video coming up with an interview with a guy that the Dusty Hanshaw's training partner, Tommy. I can't remember his last name off the top of my head, but about DC trainings. People seem to love DC training, so that'll be up soon.
Oh, cool. We're definitely going to have to check that out. We'll definitely post it on some of our platforms as well. So for all you out there, all the listeners out there are looking forward to that.
Yeah, I've got some DC training videos up on my website too. I did it, 4 or 5 years.
Right. Good stuff. Well, as always, Big Paul, thank you so much, sir, for joining the channel today. Like I said, we'll my bum co-host Justin Harris stood us up, so we'll reel him in. Maybe we'll definitely bring you back.
Yeah, anytime you guys want me on.
A couple months or so, we'll kind of see how things are going. But for all you out there, just that friendly reminder, all that fun YouTube stuff, subscribe, notifications, and comments. And thanks again for listening in. We'll see you.
All right, take care.